Let's begin with the headlines. Director General EBBC receives media practitioners calls for developmental journalism. Christian Association of Nigeria condemns Plateau killings as Christians mark Palm Sunday. Israel intensifies assault on Gaza, hits hospitals. Now the news in details. The Director General of Ebonyi Broadcasting Corporation EBBC, Abakaliki Comrade Tony Winze, has stressed the need for media practitioners to be constructive in their reportage. Comrade Winze made the assertion when the leadership of Correspondence Chapel of Nigeria Union of Journalists, Ebonyi State Chapter of paid him a courtesy visit in his office. Salt FM reporter Charles Olejina covered the visit. The report.
The Director General expressed joy in the manner members of the Correspondence Chapel have been performing their duties. Comrade Winze commended Governor Francis Nwifuru for his committed efforts in making sure that media practitioners in the state are equipped and positioned to enhance effective information dissemination and efficient service delivery. He said the payment of backlog arrears of gratuities of retirees from 1996 to date by Governor Francis Nwifuru is an eloquent testimony of his love for the people in the state. Comrade Winze therefore promised to forward their requests to the governor for consideration, especially the proposed land for NUJ housing estate at Isheke welfare package of their members, among others.
I want to appreciate you and thank you also for appreciating His Excellency for appointing me and then for doing other things within Ebonyi State. I would like to, at this juncture, plead with you to give the unreserved support to His Excellency the Governor. I know that Right Honorable Francis Nwifuru, even from when he was the Speaker of the House of Assembly, has been a media-friendly person. He has always taken us seriously.
Speaking earlier, the chairman of NUJ Correspondence Chapel, Abakaliki, Mr. Ushena Inya, said that the reason behind their visit was to commend Governor Francis Nwifuru for revitalizing the state-owned digital radio and TV station, Abakaliki, and his passionate demonstration of support for the media by appointing a renowned media professional like Comrade Tony Winze as the DG of the corporation, describing it as a round peg in a round hole.
Since the present administration came on board, His Excellency, we have been giving special recognition when His Excellency came on board. Whenever there is a festive period and something is being given to donors, we are always treated specially. And we did the investigation and discovered that you are the man behind such a thing, giving us so giving us a special recognition. We said we must come and appreciate you.
The NUJS official, Chief Felix Oka, applauded the open-minded leadership style of the DG and expressed optimism that the requests of the members will be addressed by the governor through his intervention.
We are at home as journalists, and nobody is chasing anybody because of the friendly disposition of the community. And that's why you see, some people are lacking stories now. Where is it here or here like that? To get headline, because most headlines are from the bad angle. Because the environment is already smooth and friendly. And like our chairman said, it's so deserving for the government to continue to do that. And for EBBC, we are already part of EBBC. Just that very soon, maybe you invite us, we can be featuring some of your programs. Some of us who talk too much, and they can be talking it in the radio. So, the short, the nutshell, we want to say thank you very much, DG. Thank you very much, the management, for such a reception.
The DG, however, took the visitors round the digital TV and radio studio to see the functionalities of the high-grade equipment. Among those present during the visit, including the EBBC management team and the entire leadership of the Correspondence Chapel of NUJ in the state. Charles Olejina for Salt TV News.
The new director, Interim Joint Matriculation Board, IJMB Ebonyi State University Study Center, Dr. Oliver Nwankwo, has promised to discharge his duties In consonance with the quality education component of People's Charter of Needs policy of Governor Francis Nwifuru in the state, Dr. Nwankwo made the promise during his assumption of office at the IJMB office, Ebonyi State University, CAS campus. Abakaliki Salt FM reporter Douglas Nwankwo has the detail.
The new director, IJMB, Dr. Oliver Nwankwo, who thanked the management of Ebonyi State University, led by the Vice Chancellor, Professor Michael Awoke, for finding him worthy for the position, appreciated the outgoing director of IJMB, Professor Ifeyiwa Nsude, for laying solid foundation for the center, which made it to be one of the best centers in the country. Dr. Nwankwo assured of his readiness to galvanize necessary strategies to ensure that interested students with at least 5 credits without JAMB were given admission through the program to study their choice courses towards enhancing the education indices of the state and to complement the lofty efforts of the state governor, Chief Francis Nwifuru, in achieving qualitative and accessible education for all.
This is an alternative to JAMB, and our people have been suffering. You see some of our students after secondary school, they stay up to 6-10 years at home, and they are just being disappointed by JAMB. With this IJMB, I am sure it is going to reduce some of these problems faced by our students after secondary school, because JAMB, this IJMB is an alternative to JAMB, a program that you just, if you are serious for 9 months, you graduate and you go through direct entry and start from second year.
The consultant of IJMB, Southeast and South Zone, Dr. Rita Akpan, and the outgoing director of the program in EBBC, Professor Ifeyiwa Nsude, said the program started in Ahmad Bello University, ABU Zaria, in 1976 and intends to provide alternative to JAMB, where secondary school leavers with at least 5 credits enroll for the program, and lectures will be given for 9 months, followed by examinations, and successful students would be given admission to start from second year in their choice courses.
It's a program that is set for A-level programs, a direct entry programs, a program that when you have 5 credits, you'll be admitted in any course of your choice, whether law, medicine, nursing, pharmacy, you come with it. Without JAMB, you'll be admitted. And come to Ebonyi State University. IJMB is real, IJMB is ongoing, admissions have started.
It was established to take care of admission into higher institution. In fact, it was established by the federal government to assist people in the north to gain admission, not through JAMB now, but direct entry, through JAMB also. But admission will now take the student or candidate to second year. Okay. And the certificate is not like other certificates like JUPEB, but this one lasts for a long time.
The national president is in the Youth Forum, Dr. Andrew Elom, a former member of Ebonyi State House of Assembly, Chief Emmanuel Aleke, and a lecturer in the university, Dr. Doris Onwa, commended the management of Ebonyi State University for appointing a seasoned academic, Dr. Oliver Nwankwo, to head IJMB, and expressed optimism that he would deliver based on his attendance in academic profession, and called on Ebonyi people to utilize the program to get admission into universities without JAMB.
The new administrator is a student trainer, a student mentor. He's a man that have done so many things with the student and did very, very well. And encourage them to read their books very well and be serious with the program, knowing fully well that the program will catapult them to another level in their lives.
It's very promising since we are losing most of our youths as a result of not having JAMB admission. These are an alternative to getting admission as easy as possible. Like the director Southeast South said, that most people were not conversant with the computer-based examination, and as a result, they fail most of these exams. But another way of getting these children back to school and the area of studies is through IJMD.
Dr. Oliver Nwankwo is a very good man, and he's a man that is good for the job.
I want to thank the Vice Chancellor and his management that found him worthy to occupy this position, and we're here today to support him and to give him solidarity as his colleague and friends from the Department of Political Science.
The event was well attended by top staff of the university, friends of the new director, and students. I am Douglas Wankwo.
The State Commandant of National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, Ebonyi State Command, Mr. Peter Oga, has stressed the importance of promoting synergy, cooperation and collaboration between the Ebonyi State Command and Nigeria Association of Patent and Proprietary Medicine Dealers, NAPMED, in fighting the menace of drug abuse and trafficking of substance. Mr. Oga stated this during a seminar held at St. Teresa Cathedral Conference Hall, Abakaliki. So, TV reporter Charles Olejina covered the event. Now the report.
The NDLEA State Commandant, Mr. Peter Oga, while declaring the training seminar open, explained that the seminar would create an avenue to get members of the association informed and repositioned as critical umbrella body to help in reducing the challenges of drug abuse and trafficking of substance. Mr. Oga also said the State Command of the NDLEA recognized members of Nigeria Association of Patent and Proprietary Medicine Dealer, NAPMED, International Market, Abakaliki, as frontline health workers and gatekeepers on matters of drugs and substance abuse within the market and community, especially at the grassroots.
I want to bring to your notice that you are very vital to us because we cannot reach where you operate. We all know that the issue of drug abuse these days is very clear. It's not all of us. Not only the health concern of drug users, but in other areas, in terms of crime and criminality, drug abuse is increasing, and at the same time, crime and criminality is on the increase. Most of these activities are perpetrated under the influence of drugs. Just like you have different classifications of drugs, the ones you deal with, the psychotropic drugs, also have that effect, so like any other drugs.
The Deputy Commandant, Narcotic of NDLEA, Ebonyi State Command, Mr. Nwachukwu Osita, and the State Chairman of NAPMED, International Market Unit, Abakaliki, Chief Udeze Okpusha, said that the seminar has actually created the needed synergy with association-registered members who are strategically positioned in the community to help in the fight against drug abuse because they are the channel through which these drugs get to the people who.
What we are having today is a sensitization awareness campaign organized for the NAPMED group. Knowing fully well that they are the means through which the drugs are sold to people. Now, since they are the conveyor means, now we have to create to them, let them know their limits, the drugs they are not supposed to deal with, the drugs that are not within their purview to dispose, to get across to the people, and the ones that fall within the mandate of the pharmaceutical group, the pharmacist, to dispose of, since they have limited knowledge. Law forbids them from doing, dealing with those drugs as it concerns they control the hard drugs.
What is happening today is that we are a new elected in office of NAPMED International Market, and we discover that our children that's learning boy and so on don't know well about what they are doing, more especially controlled drug and drug that can damage their liver or anything in future. That is why we ask NDLEA to conduct a seminar for us, for the masters and the apprentices to learn more about what they are doing.
Hundreds of registered NAPMED from international market, Abakaliki, and other agencies attended the seminar towards eradicating drug abuse and illicit trafficking of substances like tramadol and diazepam, among others. Charles Olejunior for Salt TV News.
As Christians around the world mark Palm Sunday, the beginning of Holy Week, the Christian Association of Nigeria CAN has called for peace and unity in the country, extending warm greetings to all the faithful and the people of goodwill across the nation on Palm Sunday. CAN said the sacred occasion invites citizens to reflect deeply on the life and mission of Jesus Christ, whose message of peace, humility, and sacrificial love remains as urgent today as it was over 2,000 years ago.
The CAN message was contained in a statement released by the Christian body on Sunday and signed by its president, Archbishop Daniel Oko. The umbrella body for Christians in Nigeria also strongly condemned the recent wave of brutal killings in Plateau State, particularly the April 4, 2025 attack that claimed dozens of innocent lives in Bokos and Mangu local government areas. It added that the acts of violence represent not only a gross violation of human dignity and the sanctity of life, but also a serious threat to the country's unity and peace. CAN called on the security agencies to act swiftly and decisively in bringing the perpetrators to justice.
We go on a short break, and when we come back, the news will continue. Welcome back to the news. Nobel laureate Professor Wole Soyinka has criticized the recent ban placed on a song by Nigerian musician Idris Abdulkarim, calling for the reversal of the action. Abdulkarim, who is popular for his song Jaga Jaga, which was critical of the then president Olusegun Obasanjo, recently released a new song titled Tell Your Papa, directed at President Bola Tinubu's son, Sheyi. In the song, the singer criticized the president for the worsening economy and hardship in the country.
This moved the Nigerian Broadcasting Corporation (NBC) to release a memo on Wednesday banning the song from being aired on radio and television, citing its objectionable nature. The action has since sparked outrage from Nigerians. In a statement he issued from New York University, Abu Dhabi, on Sunday, Soyinka described the ban as a return to the culture of censorship and a threat to free expression. According to him, the action echoed past attempts to stifle artistic and socio-political commentary in Nigeria. The Nobel laureate noted that any government that is only tolerant for praise singers and dancers to the official beat has already commenced a downhill slide into the abyss.
On the foreign scene, an Israeli airstrike early Sunday heavily damaged one of the few functioning hospitals in Gaza. As Israeli military said, it targeted a Hamas command and control center operating from within the facility. Since the outbreak of war, tens of thousands of Gazans have sought refuge in hospitals across the territory, many of which have suffered severe damage in ongoing hostilities.
The strike on Al-Ali Hospital in northern Gaza, also known as the Baptist or Ali Arab Hospital, caused no casualties but came a day after Israeli forces seized a key corridor in the territory and signaled plans to expand their campaign. Also comes after the United Nations warned that the medicines and related supplies are rapidly running out in Gaza as casualties surge. Gaza's Civil Defense Rescue Agency said the bombing led to the destruction of the surgery building and the oxygen generation station for the intensive care units. The agency said the strike came minutes after the Israeli army's warning to evacuate the buildings where patients are, including the injured and their companions. The blast left a gaping hole in one of the hospital's buildings. The gap left a gaping hole in one of the hospital's buildings with iron doors torn from their hinges.
Still on the foreign scene, an Israeli airstrike earlier Sunday heavily damaged one of the few functioning hospitals in Gaza, as Israeli military said it targeted a Hamas command and control center operating from within the facility. Since the outbreak of war, thousands of Gazans have sought refuge in hospitals across the territory, and now to Ukrainian officials on Sunday said there were many dead after a Russian missile strike on the northern eastern city of Sumy, which has come under intense attack from Moscow's forces in recent weeks. Sumy lies close to the Russian border and has been under increasing pressure since Moscow pushed back much of Ukraine's troops from its Kush region across the border.
Ukrainian soldiers carried the coffin of 18-year-old Ukrainian serviceman Alexander Samuilovich from the 1st Brigade during the funeral ceremony in the city of Slavuta on April 11, 2025, amid the Russian invasion of Ukraine. Unverified images on the social media showed burnt-out cars and plumes of smoke rising into the air. Kiev has warned for weeks that Moscow could mount an offensive on Sumy. Last month, Russia claimed the capture of a village in the Sumy region for the first time since the early days of its 2022 invasion.
Before we go on the news, let's bring the recap of the major developments in the bulletin. The Director General of Ebonyi Broadcasting Corporation, EBBC, Bakaliki Comrade Tony Wizi, has stressed the need for media practitioners to be constructive in their reportage. As Christians around the world mark Palm Sunday, the beginning of Holy Week, the Christian Association of Nigeria, CAN, has called for peace and unity in the country. And on the foreign scene, an Israeli airstrike early Sunday heavily damaged one of the few functioning hospitals in the Gaza, as the Israeli military said it targeted a Hamas command and control center operating from within the facility. Many thanks for your time. My name is Laves Onyebuchi.